So what type of projects can you run with 20,000? If you don't mind me asking, 50,000.
It's the thought that counts. First of all, he did that which the leaders of Garissa and Northeastern could not do. At least he took something there, of which it's a positive. Imagine, hiyo pesa yote, angejenga hosi, angejenga shule kadhaa, angelipa hata security, wachunge borders and everything.
Kuna watu wanasema the issue of national IDs being made easy for people of Northeastern Kenya is but a PR campaign or a way to look for more votes from Northeastern Kenya. Mimi ningesema hiyo ni rubbish.
We are not disputing the borders being opened, but open them with caution.
I think ndio ina contribute to hii insecurity inatokea around areas around Eastleigh. Kuna tweets nimeona watu wengi wamesema several that Eastleigh is a ticking time bomb.
You know, when people say the borders being opened is a strategic plan, it doesn't look like a lie. If you're an outsider and you come na uambiwe, borders zimefunguliwa just a year before, well, a few months before elections, how does it look like out there? Kenya was ranked one of the top countries that are corrupt for a reason.
Mandera ya Morara uliona, infrastructure that were being built, all of them had one thing in common. They were being built in ghost towns.
Exactly. Na ziko wapi penye hakuna watu? Alafu
zero people. Hata mimi nimeshangaa.
Yes.
Why are we building in ghost town?
Problem is we are all willingly saying one term, but the replacement or the solution or the people we want us to get solutions from, akina Rikiji, akina Kalonzo, akina yule jamaa mwenye Matiangi si alikuwa na mada watu Rivayala.
But here's the thing, how many people do we know are politicians right now? Na before waingie kwa hiki walikuwa watu wazuri sana. Now they won't even answer people's calls.
Tulikuwa na Mohamed Ali bro. Mimi nilikuwa najua anaenda kutupaintia parliament vile kuna wizi. Jamaa ameingia, yendo anachukua. Mimi huyu jamaa wa Russia. Tell me, is him in picking women na kuwaongelesha, is there a mistake?
There is no mistake there.
Sina swali lingine.
Hey you. Yes, you. It's finally time for another episode. This is Laughing LabCoat, and this segment is called the Fungua Roho segment. And this is not a duo. This is more than a duo. Wanaume kwanza. Mimi niko na beef. Wanaume, they decide they'll wear the same colors and not even tell me. They're all wearing black, but it's alright.
Men's conference. Men's conference.
Kama huko alikuwa kaa huko.
I interrupted them kidogo with that men's conference because we have more things to talk about. Today we want to talk about how the government has been working hard in Northeastern. Not the whole government. Our Excellency, the President, decided to go for a tour. Uko Northeastern, he went to take the Nyota Fund thing. Uko akasema the youth in Northeastern have to enjoy. Listen, we love it. We enjoy every part of that. Alienda Mandera, Garissa, Wajir, right? And when he was talking about how Nyota Fund can help the youth, he said, ni how much was wanapatio? 50K, almost 50K?
Kuna I think kuna screenshot niliona ya M-Pesa ilikuwa inasema 22K. So sijui kama
ni round 1 na round 2.
So you get half.
You get half, then vile project yako inaendelea you get another top up.
So what type of projects can you run with 20,000? If you
50,000.
don't mind me asking, 50,000.
Mob sana.
Unaweza buy.
Let's
Okay,
hypothetically.
so tuseme unaanza biashara na
Unaweza
gani?
down payment ya Nduthi gang.
How many Nduthis are there?
Nduthi moja.
How many Nduthis are there in Mandera, Wajir, like?
Kidogo sana.
Mingi sana. Si mimi ndo nimeenda huko ni mingi.
Mandera. Mandera I think
ziko mingi like yani all the youth like you
Mandera.
see, for you to do something that is beneficial to the community and yourself, 20 to 50,000 in nothing.
Mandera sidhani kama kuna Nduthi.
Mbona
I don't know kama zimekuja saizi, but last time nimekuwa Mandera.
Ziko.
Mbona unasema 20k ni kidogo? Unajua 20k ni kidogo kwako wewe mtu wa Nairobi. Lakini mtu wa Ocho ukimpatia 20k.
So how many people are benefiting from that Nyota Fund?
Over 2,500 people now, each getting
2,500 people. What is the estimated budget of the Nyota Fund?
Rising to how many people? 3,000 plus people. Wanaweza pata hiyo do. But at the end of this cycle ya Nyota Fund, kila mtu atakuwa amepatiwa 50k. That's around 2.5 billion.
Imagine 2.5 billion.
How much will have it done in other terms?
Proper development that can be felt by majority of Kenyans.
Majority of people rather than one
opposed
person.
to 3,500 people who you aren't sure that 50,000 will establish them to have a business that will stabilize them for a long-term project.
But here's the thing, they didn't even have here 20k, 50k at first.
See, that's why we're voting in people like our president, because it's small-term mentality that keeps us where we are right now.
But it's fantastic, the fact that he's doing something. It could be late, but he's doing something.
So you see how low we are in our thought process. Just because someone is doing something, anapata tu term yake. Yeah, he's just doing something. Like, if you're doing something, it should be a project that benefits the youth in the long term. But sasa, the problem with our Kenyan system of politics is short-term thought processes.
I think for me, it's the thought that counts. First of all, he did that which the leaders of Garissa and Northeastern could not do. At least he took something there, of which it's a positive. But just like you have said, imagine hiyo pesa yote angejenga hosi, angejenga shule kadhaa, angelipa hata security, wachunge borders and everything. The impact, like, maybe imagine
if you build a football training institute in Northeastern, how much billion will it cost?
Less than that.
Not much. But you give a young man who wants to become a professional footballer in Mandera 30 to 50,000. Si anaenda tu kununua box ya smoky na mayai anze
na viatu ya bola acheze kwa kiwanja. So
mimi naona hapo mnabonga from a point of privilege. Nyinyi si watu wa Northeastern. Na hata msiishi huko.
Mko na hiyo 20k nyinyi mnaona si do.
No, hatujasema hatuone ni do.
You know why Nyota Fund was actually brought by. It says it was aimed at tackling youth unemployment and boosting entrepreneurship among young Kenyans.
We have not disputed that.
The fund was made specifically for that.
We have not disputed that. But what the kind of things that are ailing such a place is not the lack of, or rather say, ati ndio maybe hawana hiyo pesa, but what if we will have done, hiyo hosi inge create how many jobs for those kids wenye wanapewa 20-25k. Si mbaya Kenya amefanya, they didn't have that 20k, 25k. But now, hiyo 25k itaisha. Maybe, how sure are you this kid will open that business? Still,
and then entrepreneurship, you see, you need to educate people on entrepreneurship, set up mentorship programs. Like, there should be a process in place, not just give this person 20 or 50,000 and go do your thing.
Kuna process. These people, they're not just given the money.
So what's the
how are they even chosen?
Unapata, you apply for the Nyota Fund like every other Kenyan out there.
So it was through me, I don't know, that's what I'm asking.
You apply, they look at your level of studies, what kind of plans and ideas that you have, and then they collect you guys.
Right, it's a program, right? It's a program. They also do the training and mentorship thing. So by the time unapata hiyo do, you've gone through
training and mentorship.
Mimi naona ni kitu moja fantastic na ujue si ati ameenda kupeana dona akatoka z amepatia vijana training, amepatia vijana startup capital. In the previous pod tulibonga kuhusu Northeastern generations, Gen Zs or young people didn't have access to credit or capital to start their whatever kind of small business it is. But then now wameletewa Nyota Fund. Hiyo story ya stadium umebonga, hiyo football institute by the whatever, the Mandera county government wanajengewa airport, Wajir najitengezewa stadium.
Let's see. So unakumbuka ile time alikuwa na campaign anasema in 6 months time we'll finish the stadium in Sijua.
Nobody is disputing that. It's a good thing because he took something that the leaders did not take. Unaona, we have some crazy leaders who have never, since they were voted in, wanaendanga home maybe siku ya Eid, maybe the last 10 days of Ramadan, they never thought of this. When it comes to ukisema like ataunda stadium ama nini, unaangalia pia like the area itself. You see, these leaders are hiding behind the president's kind of leadership. Maybe I might not be aligned with his ideas, but if a development is being talked about there na inaonekana, I will definitely say yeah, there's development.
Na hiyo story ya hii barabara natoka Isiolo iende Kulamawe, iende Madogashe, iende
barabara na amejenga.
Hiyo lazima ukubali.
Hiyo
kama hiyo tayari ni proof of concept ya kwamba he is working.
That's why nimesema he is working.
Stadium na airport ipatie time.
Itakam. Mimi nimesema he is working.
Itakam. Na pia
I've said he is working.
Na pia leaders wacha nakwambia leaders wanasema. last time tuliongea kuhusu ukitoa county government kuna hizi national programs whereby access to these national programs zinakuwa limited na hizi boards, treasury, of which you as a policy maker do not have access there. But this time round wameruka hizo steps zote, wameenda kwa preso mwenyewe, wamemleta. For the first time ever in Kenya, a president has toured Northeastern counties more than once.
Yeah.
But unajua si hawajamleta, there is an hidden agenda. Hawajamleta, unaona ni president, he has the right to visit there. Hawajampeleka, anajaribu kupeleka to the other side of the countries, of the country, his ideas and everything. Si leaders wetu wamemleta, we have very screwed up leaders. They don't even know whatever is happening. Wao wako biashara zao. But the president, if let me give him his flowers, anafanya poa. What about our leaders? Hatuwezi sema ati hii inafanywa na national leader atalenga. Tuseme let's say with Garissa. It looks crazy hata ukiangalia. You saw the other videos last time they were going around. Saizi drought and everything.
Hizo grievances zao watu amejua aje.
Nani?
Grievances za watu hapo amejua aje.
But
ni leaders wamemshika wambe ni aje watu wetu
wanajua aje. How did you know?
Because of how they are speaking.
No, how did you know? Me, I didn't know because of the leaders. It's because I live there, I work there, I've gone to those places.
Social media is a powerful
social
tool.
media is a powerful tool.
I don't think the leaders...
And then remember, the president, like, he gets these calls and every day about the whole county, the whole country and everything. So he knows whatever is happening in these countries. Uwezi sema ni this guy at his MP fulani amempigia. No, they don't do that.
But they lobby for national government projects. The leaders have to lobby for national
lobbying
government
is
projects.
different. Lobbying, they do it because they want to be seen to be doing something. What about the actual projects? Are they happening? No.
How are you able to verify?
We live there. We've seen the kind of areas we live in.
Mimi naona kuna beef na wama leaders vibaya.
Mimi that's why I say
wanajaribu.
That's why hakuna beef. I always stand by my words. Normalize beating these politicians. Hiyo naye nakwambia. Yes. Ukipatana na moja kwa mall mpige. Hiyo naye siwezi kuficha.
Hapana, usipige watu.
Here's the thing.
No, bro.
Here's my thought. I don't think leaders wa Northeastern waliamua ati wacha tukae na president tumuongeleshe what's really happening kwa ground, because has it not been happening for so long? Kuna time walienda kwa president wakamwambia cheki man, itabidi come home uone venye kunaenda.
Sasa walishamwambia last year, akakuja last year akaanzisha projects. This year amekuja kufollow up on projects.
I don't think the Northeastern leaders are the ones who are making the difference. I think social media is a powerful tool, and everyone has a phone, so that's why kila mtu anaenda kuchukua hizi content and all that and posting it. And if it wasn't posted, if technology was not there, then the leaders wangekuwa huko nyuma wakisema tumefanya kitu and there's no proof.
For the first time unaona Northeastern leaders, all of them, from the sickest MCA women rep to the highest ambaye ni governor, wanakutana Garissa on one day. Watafute siku zingine hawako, because they are all jumping on this bandwagon. Yes, wameenda huko sababu ya prezo, so he's pulling them. Of which prezo anaenda kwake because he is leading this country. And remember 2027 is here. He needs also votes. You cannot just take votes to hungry people. You have to give them something. There's barabara and everything.
Yo mbona hiyo solution kwanza leta ya stima?
Niliona, of which I support. The problem is akitoka
implementation. That's the thing
it
about
won't happen.
Northeastern politics. Sweet-worded niggas, all of them. Lakini sasa implementation is where the I need to give the president his flowers.
Exactly.
Kwa hiyo ya kujenga njia. Cause ile time alikuwa naimba ile rap song yake amutikaji nini, mimi nilikuwa nasema ni ngumu, lakini sasa nimeona this nigga has delivered to some extent. So you can't just be bluntly blind on the things he's doing. That a lot of things that I'm against the current regime, but kuna vitu zingine yenyewe zikifanyika
You say they have been doing.
Accept the truth.
But the regime wamefungua a border that hasn't been opened since 2011, right? The Kenya-Somali border is set to be opening. What's your thought on it?
It's a tricky one because it depends on what the goal of the border opening is. From what I've heard is to increase inter-country trade and to boost the trade relations with Somalia. From that point of view, it's reasonable because there might be some things that people from Northeastern be getting sometimes from Somalia that may necessarily not be in Kenya. But I think that also the security apparatus needs to be very tight so as to prevent the leaking of abnormalities from Somalia to Kenya, people who might want to be harming the Kenyan public. And it's been already tricky with what has been happening in Lamu with those people from Al-Shabaab. So it's a sticky line in that the security has to be tight, because eventually if the security isn't tight, then the backlash will come back to Somalis. Somali Somali ndo amefanya hivi, ni huyu na huyu ndo amefanya hivi when something goes south. No
like honestly the reopening of the border has its merits, has its demerits. You might want to talk about the security expenditure. The government has to spend a lot of money to keep the border safe. Like the budget will have to go up, because now you are kind of trying to protect your people from other countries' people and everything that might come around, because we have already seen how the borders vile ilikuwa imefungwa, and yet the complaints were there that it has been porous, the Al-Shabaab and everything. And then there's that the immigration also, and identification will be challenging. So the identification, sahi kama utapewa free, like sahizi tuko na ID but unaambua una ID, but it's okay, we are still kind of taken to be like people from Somalia and Somali. So as much as it's opening these borders, we agree, there's that bonding of families, because kuna Msomali anaishi hapa, kuna Msomali anaishi the other side. So we have to see how are these families kind of coming together, because they are one family, we are kind of bringing them together. In terms of security, it will be tricky, because once a border is porous, you see even US is finding it hard to deal with Mexicans. So because of just the border.
Everyone.
Yes. So ukiopen hii border, open with good intentions. But also remember, we have our police kind of force. Ni mtu unapea 50 bob, anakufungulia ile border yote tu. Wao unaingia na kila kitu yako. Now how do we change that? How do we change that? The border is open. Umepewa 50 bob, jamaa hajaona salary, amepewa 50 bob, amevuka. So the security has also to be tight. Identification, utadifferentiate aje ule ni Msomali wa Kenya, ule ni Msomali wa hapa. So a lot of things has to be done. Security lazima ikuwe tight.
Kuna watu wanasema that the issue of national IDs being made easy for people of Northeastern Kenya is but a PR campaign or a way to look for more votes from Northeastern Kenya. Mimi ningesema hiyo ni rubbish.
That's rubbish. Okay.
Kuna watu huko, they suffer in getting IDs, na hizo IDs is basically what you need for almost every other opportunity. Ukitaka ku-apply job na wewe ni mtu umetoka Northeastern, unataka ID na wewe hujapata ID.
Kwenda kampo. Umemaliza
high school, sema unataka kwenda ku-apply universities za nje, kupata ID za process. Ma opportunities na kupita. Macheki. So kuna before jumping and saying the ID thing is a security breach, remember all these people ni watu ambao si atatapewa ID vivi. Verification na ile nini watu walikuwa napitia zile interview bado itakuwa. Right. Si atatolewa. Systems will actually be made tighter.
But there's a reason why the borders were closed.
There's a reason. We are not disputing the borders being opened, but open them with caution. Identification. We are talking also about our systems. How is our system? We know our system is very corrupt. Nani atapita? Saizi yenye ilikuwa imefungwa. How many people have illegal IDs? If it was closed, na watu walikuwa napata. Not only Somalis. And I'm not kind of accusing any kind of people or anything. Nilikuwa nasoma social media last time how the Kenyans were complaining about. Unaona vijana wanauzanga chai, kahawa, nini. They have Kenyan IDs. They are not Kenyans. They have Kenyan IDs.
I think ina contribute to, you see, to hii insecurity natokea around areas around Eastleigh. Kuna tweets nimeona watu wengi wamesema several that Eastleigh is a ticking time bomb.
Crazy.
And that kuna watu wanasema they know firearms are being sold in Eastleigh.
Kuna mwingine juzi ameiba sijui bunduki kutoka kwa babake ama ni mtoto. It was going around the social media. Really? Bunduki ziko because unazapata babako ni businessman, a very big businessman. But anajichunga because he has a licensed gun or anything, and then mtoto anaiba. Hii story unasikia team kazo sijui blah blah blah. These people have access to these weapons because wanaenda wanaomba.
Wait, what's team kazo?
Team kazo is a group of it's like controlled goons in Eastleigh, lakini wanatoka Garissa and everything. Okay. Some boys tu wameenda wameingia gym vizuri, wakakunywa zile inaitwa nini?
Protein.
protein shakes saizi like how ndo wana terrorize watu Isili and everything. They
So
si
like
ati hawana
super-
guns,
superpowers,
superpower yenye wamesoma sasa. Wako na they have access to guns. Remember there's also police officers ukisoma hata news media and outlets. They hire their guns.
Kuna yule
This kind of
polisi
kids.
yule polisi hata ameshikwa yule constable mwenye alikuwa kwa kamera.
Yes.
ule mwenye alikuwa anatumia gun kuiba.
So they still hire these guns. So ukiangalia watoto wote na hii historia ya border, they have one thing in common. Hawana ID, wengine wameingia tu border direct. So opening the border for issues like family bonding, because kuna watu wanaishi hapa, ikuwe easier movement of goods and everything to, lakini sasa unajua pia opening the border there's also incoming of illicit goods and everything. Trade, illicit trade pia itashuka juu. Again focusing on our system. KRA tunasema ni corrupt, police ni corrupt. Some few people are going to be very rich in that kind of your stretch moja to 100 meters. Officers wenye watakuwa huko ukiangalia vizuri, so they'll be rich in a very few, because now wameshajua border imefunguliwa, now it's legal.
Time kukula.
Sasa tutakula vizuri, kila mtu na time yake. But the president intention was very good. Give him his flowers, sio hatujakata, but now the implementation is where it gets tricky.
You know, when people say the borders being opened is a strategic plan, it doesn't look like a lie. If you're an outsider and you come no one be hey, borders zimefunguliwa just a year before, well, a few months before elections, how does it look like out there? It looks like, yeah.
And votes.
Right? And because we know our system, Kenya was ranked one of the top countries that are corrupt for a reason.
Kuna funny joke my mom was telling me. Niliambia Elias Dumara anacheka. Ati top 2 spots zilikuwa between, for most corrupt countries in the world, was between Nigeria na Kenya. Kenya wakaongelesha ase kando, akawambia tuweke number 2 tutakuchoteka kitu.
Which is true, because now imagine vile anasema,
so Nigeria is the most corrupt country in the world.
Yes. Vile sahi anasema there's a strategic move for opening the border. Now imagine ile siku ya kura kuhesabiwa, tunajua Mandera ni 2 million people, kura inasoma 4 million. Population, the whole of population is 2 million, but kura inasoma 4 million.
Angoja. Ni amkuona hiyo story ya census ya Northeastern kuwa cancelled, numbers being strategically reduced so as to reduce your total number of votes, the money that is going to you guys. Pia Prezo si ati anafanya hiki tu out of ignorance. Mnaweza sema we know what he's doing. Na mimi ningesema he's actually doing what is just to those people. No president has ever come and sat down and looked at Northeastern and said there are a lot of historical injustices that has happened to these people. Acknowledge them first. No president has even acknowledged it even one bit. But number one, he's looked at our wounds. He's acknowledged our wounds and he's giving us solutions to our wounds, and he's including us into the national cake. So hizo vitu za kusema that he's looking sus juu elections are near and he's looking
question
for votes.
Before you finish question, how many times has this have these leaders ama hata alienda last time wakasema ID kuwe no vetting. Sasa juzi amerudia, si ndio? So hiyo time alisema what happened?
ID kuwe no vetting. Bado vetting iliendelea?
Vetting iliendelea. So do you think still itaendelea ama itaachwa?
I hope it continues.
Alisema no vetting. Vetting has still been there. Saizi tena juzi amekuja amesema no vetting.
You know, it was blanket vetting for all Somalis.
Did they kind of waliruka ile rule yake ama order zake?
It was blanket vetting for everyone. Hata mimi mwenye niseme nilizaliwa hapa Nairobi, nikitaka ID ama passport, I would still be vetted. Your 6 months baby would still be vetted. Unaona? But the blanket vetting is the one that has been lifted off. But now it's strategic. Okay, leta tuone, let's see, unafuata chief wenu tunamjua, babako anajua, babu yako anajulikanwa.
When in Kenya kweli.
Kwani lazima ufuate hadi kwa babu ndo upate ID? Mimi sikupitia hiyo mambo yote. Mimi sikupitia hiyo mambo yote basi.
Kupitia yote.
Mimi nilienda tu, chief was a good friend of mine. Unajua our chief in the primary school I used to go in South Sea. Alikuwa anakujanga prize giving day.
Used to be at the prize giving. Watu wa sauti mnafaa tu kushikana venye mko.
Like some of my family members did go through it, but si ati hiyo design ya babu na bubu. Unaulizwa tu umesomea wapi.
No, the border countries, like the border counties, as long as you come from the border counties. Si Somalis peke yake tunafanyiwa vetting, hata Turkanas.
Turkana pia
wanafanyiwa. Hata Masai wa Tanzania hapo wenye wanaingia. It's only that haiongelewi, hawana anything ya kuongelelewa. Like unaona nyinyi Somalis ama tuko kila pahali, like we have a share in the cake. So naona kila siku, of which I find it weird.
shares kwa government.
Tuko na shares. Ndio maana inauma watu wengine because wanasemaga donati mkubwa wa NSIS Oria. Wa DCI Oria. IBC Oria. Wewe unaona tukirudi Somalia?
Hiyo statement ya send a thief to catch a thief. Do you think ina apply vizuri hapa kwa hii maneno ya border opening with you fact yenye umesema Somalis are heading out of security apparatus alafu border yao imefunguliwa?
It can work because, but at the end of the day pia remember the bigger chunk of the blames it will be on them because ataambua muliachilia watu wenu. So there's a 50-50 chance of which me, as much as nimesema open the borders, but let the structures, let the management be very kind of upright in whatever they are doing, because at the end of the day it is the safety that matters, and bila hiyo safety utapata mtu amepigwa tu hapa tu nje, and the end of the day alafu hata ikuwa tu na jina Mohamed, the first thing utakuwa ni unaona DCI ndo waliachilia. That is what happens on every day. So Ruto anafanya kitu poa, tujakata, but now the people chini yake huyu MP hata aendangi huko, because sometimes our leaders wanafaa kusema watu wangu wakati wa ID. Wewe unataka kusema the Mandera, the Garissa leaders and everything, hawangekuwa wanasaidia watu wao kupata ID every day? They will.
How many people can you help every day?
But you are one, ukiandika kama system
wote wanta
nani ameharibu hiyo system? Si ni wao. That's why umeona jana vile prezo ameenda, they have all been there. Uliza nani saizi yako Northeastern? Wote walikuja na hiyo ndege na hiyo magari. Hakuna. Hakuna mmoja.
Wote wamerudi na hiyo ndege.
Kila mtu, so there's a strategic move for the votes and everything, so we just wait and see what happens. But
all in all, what is your final take on how he tour the president of Northeastern?
I mean, it's beautiful to see that Northeastern people are being remembered, because gava iendangi huko sana. As we said, hata politicians ya wasi hawaendi huko. My only issue with Northeastern people is mtakuja kuchochwa mchochwe mkubali, and then we're back to square one, because Ramadan is coming up, right? Na kuna hiyo story ya sadaka ya maji and all that's happening. Great.
Wanaunda mosque.
It's wanaunda mosque.
Hakuna msa ameongelea tamaji. They are doing a fundraising for Waqf mosque and anything or something like that. Yeah. Ilishafanywa, but remember nobody.
Mosque ya Nairobi.
Yes.
Madrasa.
Inaundwa
Northeastern
education system.
Inaundwa wapi hapa Nairobi, si ndio?
I don't know.
Yeah, ndio maana tunasema when they are looting the money, when they are looting this money, when they are looting the government money, the funds and everything, they are not looking for people to fundraise. But ikifika story wanataka kujenga something building, si wanakutananga wanaongea na nini, tutumie nini, wana loot pesa yote. But ikifika story wanataka kuunda kitu, imagine we don't need a lot. Saizi we don't need too much mosque within hata South Sea peke yake, hata tuhitaji msikiti. Msikiti zimejaa. What if in Garissa hii msikiti unajaribu kuunda, in every mosque ungeweka dispensary ama uunde hata nursery ya watoto? Dispensary haiwezi kucost anything kwa kila mosque.
Vampire Diaries ya Morara uliona,
it exposed them.
The infrastructure that were being built, all of them had one thing in common. They were being built in ghost towns.
Exactly.
Fence ya 27 million.
Fence ya 27 million na ni barbed fence. Ile mimi naweza enda hapa niweke na nitishe tenda nipewe maybe 500k. Na ziko wapi penye hakuna watu?
Alafu zero people. Hata mimi nimeshangaa.
Yes.
Like why are we building in ghost towns?
Mimi swali yangu ni
it's easier to hide.
Yeah.
It's easier to hide that money.
Because the other day kuna audit ilikam ya public schools where 1.8 billion ilikuwa napelekwa kwa ghost schools. Yani hakuna watoto huko, hakuna walimu. Yeah, the school is empty. And then later on government inasema kila wakati, we need money for these schools, but who's going to that school? Nobody. Does the infrastructure look like ni place inaweza somewa? Zero.
So I think
the more I talk about this, the more I just feel like one time is the solution for all of them, from top to bottom.
But then again, we keep on saying, sawa, tuseme hii regime imeenda. Sawa, we have a new regime. Kitabu ya politicians ni ile same. Hakuna kitu nabadilikanga hapa.
That's the problem now. The problem is we are all willingly saying one term, but the replacement or the solution or the people we want us to get solutions from, akina Rikiji, akina Kalonzo, akina yule jamaa Matiangi si alikuwa na mada watu Rivayala. That's the sad part. Inaniuma nasema one term lakini sina options mzuri. So niko in dilemma.
Kuna watu wengine wanasimamia hadi Maraga alikuwa Wajir juzi but
bana mimi ndavotia Maraga.
Mimi I don't know, maybe
I'll vote for Moraga because I feel like out of all these other people he seems to be the one who has the most concrete ideas and the most concrete portfolio of development. Like hata nilikuwa kwa gym siku ingine, painful story. Kuna msee amechill kwa gym anasema si tuvotie Maraga. Huyo ni useless, hata alikuwa kwa government ajaiba kitu. So like it's like people are judging and deciding who to choose based on their net worth and the capabilities of what they've taken from the people, as opposed to like you who has been a diligent servant of the people. If you're a servant of the people in our country and in countries like Nigeria, you are a fool. But if you have taken and you have built wealth like our very fine president, you are the one to be chosen. You are a saint.
But here's the thing, every regime that's come up, kila mtu akona Ruto is using Moi's book because Moi ndo alimtutor and all that. But how many people do we know are politicians right now? Na before waingie kwa kiti walikuwa watu wazuri sana. Now they won't even answer people's calls.
Tulikuwa na Mohamed Ali bro. Mimi nilikuwa najua anaenda kutupaintia parliament vile kuna wizi. Jamaa ameingia, yeye ndo anachukua. Hapo na watu gain weight fiti. So like I don't know what happens to these people when they enter the parliament,
because the system is
the system again.
The system of governance in our
system ya majambazi.
It's like if you enter the system, it's work with the system, work within the system.
Otherwise your agendas will not go through. But my vote is 2 term. Asubuhi na mapema. Very fast.
Piga line kama mtu
napiga line bro. Hata 5 nitarauka baada ya fajiri unaenda.
It's your choice.
And these are the reasons why I'd vote to. Before the maandamano happened, I was 1 term.
Maandamano haikufanya ukuseme 1 term proper.
Maandamano made me proper 1 term. Okay. Then the finance bill agenda died down and the saga died down, and then now I start looking at how the president is going to react to the grievances of the youth.
The president has never reacted to it.
What is Nyota Fund?
Familia, come on.
What is Nyota Fund?
Okay, so Familia Rex, who's ever gone to look for those people?
The LSK president mwenye resign, Faith Odhiambo, si aliyeko hapo in charge of that committee.
What has he done?
Look, we were supposed to go through all these people who are
it's all optics, bro.
Not optics, so relax.
Aesthetics.
They were supposed to go through all these people who are affected by the maandamano.
Fantastic.
Vet who is who. Not everyone was affected. Wengine ilikuwa ni wounds of goonism and hooliganism. Napata. Verify, then give support where you can. I don't know how it went.
Are we still verifying?
I don't know how it went. I don't know how that process went. But I'll not expect the president every day to micromanage everything.
Bro, one thing you need to remember, the government doesn't miss. If it misses, it is by design.
By choice.
So ukiona ametoka ama nini, maybe her ideas didn't align with whatever these people are saying. So it's the maandamano.
Sikuwa nadhani the president will make a U-turn like this out of the whole country.
Angalia, if the maandamano happened 1 month before, let's say election was maandamano happened in June. If the elections was in August, do you think he will have come back?
No.
So, and now because it is maybe 2 years later, the guy the president is a very clever politician. He knows how to read people. He knows how to make friends. Sumona tangu ingie tu amemake enemy moja ni Rigiji peke yake, of which nobody supports Rigiji. He's tribal and everything. So aekwe kwa kona kwa mimi, I'll rather go with the Ruto for another 50 years than Rigiji. That is one thing I know.
So which means utavote 2 term na mimi.
My choice is not yet made. So don't put words into my mouth. So but now when it comes to development of which this guy has done, it's a plus for him because he knows where to get these votes from. He knows how to do it and he knows where to go.
If you have the people know how I deny him.
Sijam deny. I want you to remember that. See, I have not denied him his votes. It's only that I cannot talk about voting now. You see?
So all of you have a voter's card?
Yes, we have voters card, but now...
Are you going to vote?
Definitely, I'll be voting, but not as we speak. my choices are not yet made, because until that time comes, my idea of the person I want, maybe kesho Elias anasema I want for president, and he's a good friend of mine, tunampelekea na hizi kura zote inabadilika. So inabadilika. So it's not about he knows what he is doing, he knows Kenya anafanya for the development part of Northeastern. I kind of support him, but not those shitty people behind him, the leaders of Northeastern and everything, because they have been there. Have you seen any Northeastern leaders saizi maybe wameongea within the last few hours wakiongea about drought? I've not seen.
But it's not that it's ending drought.
Yeah. Sikia, na si ati wao wasaizi washajipanga, a chunk of them wako maybe wameenda umra. They are not even doing. Sasa ulikasikia finance minister wa finance CS wa Mandera alikuwa anasema ati tumenunua water boozers for what? Drought is there. So for the president wacha yafanye, yeye ndo anafanya, si Northeastern leaders wanafanya. As much as the national government ni yeye ndo anafanya, yeye ndo ana initiative ni yake. But now ikifika kwa hao wengine kanakas siezi. So
amanugu, let me help you.
So amanugu wengine like wao wana they are just mega riding, ndo waseme unajua saizi enda Garissa. Wanasema unaona nilileta president juzi. Huyo ni MCA anasema hivyo. Unaona nilileta president juzi. Hata hakuwa.
Mboto achane na ase, since it's men's conference.
So it's men's conference.
Let's serious shit.
Yes.
Fuck those niggas.
Because actually you introduce the men's conference. Welcome to the Laughing LabCoat. My name is Vladimir Pavlov Mohammed. Now, Vladimir decided to strike just before men's conference.
But that is diabolical. Like my nigga was moving mad just before the month of love. It was intentional type shit.
But by the policies aside, mimi huyu jamaa wa Russia, why nilikuwa nasikia ati polisi wa arrest, and I was asking like,
okay, mbona fanya madem hivyo? 118 women.
Let me land.
Okay.
Let me land.
Cook.
Let me cook. Tell me, why will the police arrest him? It's another question. But how was Chana? Did he force them?
Hakuna, but si amewadanganya wote. Mimi wacha.
Swali ni jam.
Another thing is,
did he force them?
No, they're grown-ups.
They're grown-ups. And for them to have unprotected
if they are
sex,
loose, if they are everything,
like,
how do you have unprotected shit with anybody?
Amewapatia ukedi manze. Okay,
allegedly. Allegedly. Number two, like, it's common sense that the first time you're meeting with someone in the 21st century, you can't do things like that.
Huyu mtu ametoka Canada, akaona the place that he can go to is Kenya. So mimi sitetea wanawake. They made their decisions, whatever.
But there is a problem there.
Mwanaume ndo pia yeye akona makosa.
Makosa yake?
How many women do you
he's a man.
So
makosa, there's no mistake in picking women.
The mistake is putting it raw and not telling them that he has HIV.
As long as yeye ndo amefanya hiyo ni makosa yake, that is his job. Nimekuuliza, is him in picking women na kuwaongelesha, is there a mistake?
There's no mistake there.
Sina swali lingine.
Sasa mbona yake madem wengi kwa nyumba moja, he had 8.
That is his business.
Then another mistake. What he should be locked up for is he is recording these women without consent and posting
videos. Hiyo ndo nimesema hiyo ni makosa tofauti. Mimi I'm talking about.
But see,
our wasichana walikuwa wamepiga disclaimer kwa kichwa.
Hapana, wewe mwenyewe labda hao madem kituka
Let me give you an opposite point of view.
Yes.
The mzungu mrussian mrembo kuje.
Saa 2 asubuhi. Yes.
Utakula raw.
Wooled.
Sasa tuseme umekula raw. Then
food like kama unaongea
unakula raw
food ama nini?
You're not using
that is somebody's consciousness.
No, take it. Let's finish this. Let's finish this scenario.
Alafu useme ni set up.
No, fine thing called Ivanova. Ivanova comes to you, blonde hair, blue eyes, with a nice body,
unaidishi raw,
wearing Ray-Bans, takes you to her place. You gonna slap that shit? You gonna tap that shit?
I have a person. Why will I go to her?
No, this is hypothetical. This nigga. It's a
Why will I
hypothetical.
No, I don't do hypothetical.
In a perfect world, would you tap that shit?
Nope, I have my person.
Why are you lying?
I have
You are
my
lying.
person.
You are lying.
Mimi question yangu ni moja. When you watch those videos, I just want you to be sober minded. When you watch those videos
Maybe.
of that,
Don't use it to
Maybe.
Ngoja.
Wallahi, in this country, the opposite will be true.
Wacheni niongee. Wacha niongee. When you watch those videos clearly, do you see any lady akikataa kurekodiwa,
Hapana.
akikataa
Maybe
kufanya
he
anything?
Maybe he took
Being
advantage.
Alikuwa anarekodiwa na nini?
Na Ray-Bans.
How
Ni
many?
Ray-Bans. Hey.
Abdullah,
Sorry, I didn't know that.
Hapana,
Sorry, I
wewe
didn't know
mwenyewe
that.
unajua how many?
Mimi nilikuwa ndani ameshika phone. Yeye thought ameshika phone because I
you
didn't
can
know.
use hidden cameras. Maybe
No, that
he
one I
took
didn't know.
Maybe,
Honestly, but at
maybe he took advantage of this.
So he can be charged on cybercrime.
he
Yeah.
will be
cybercrime,
charged.
but
He
at
should
story ati nilikubeba.
hiyo sasa aliwatongoza tu clean.
Clean.
Ile part,
Tuseme
ile
tu
part.
game yake
Kwa video
kutongozana
uliona,
ni
ngoja.
fiti.
Uliona game?
Hakuna kema.
Waliona
I'm
ngozi.
Russian.
Waliona
I don't know
ngozi.
English.
Check it.
You want to come to my house?
Imagine, check it.
Watu hao ndo wanabata stuff.
The funny
What the
thing,
what the
check
hell,
it.
nigga?
What's even worse, ukiangalia comments unasikia watu wanasema hao madem sisi wanatuitisha pesa ya Uber, wanatuitisha pesa ya food, lakini wanaenda kwa mrashe na Nduthi.
Let's talk about the Ngaluthia. How they feel. Uliona mtu wako hapo ndani.
Your pillar of wanaitanga the pillar of strength. Amepiga towel hapa 3/4.
Ati my boyfriend broke my heart.
Yes. So mimi huyo jamaa
Hapana.
if there is a mistake amefanya according to law na
Lakini check,
cybercrimes.
I'm gonna be honest with you all. If the opposite were to happen, it would also be happen truly
The
the
same.
same. Like dem mzungu mrembo kuna ukedi angekuwa anadunga Ray-Bans angedinyana.
Hata usiende mbali. Unakumbuka ile story ya ule dem alikuwa UON?
Aliandika
Alikuwa
list.
HIV positive.
Ulikuwa kwa hiyo list?
Akasema
Anajua huko it's okay.
akaandika list ya mabuda. Mabuda alikuwa ngapi?
18. Ilikuwa something.
500 plus list.
Of men.
Of
Yes.
niggas.
What?
Watu wengi. Ilikuwa watu wengi.
Hapa tu USIU?
Hapa UON.
UN.
Oh, damn.
Hiyo isifanyika USIU.
Fanyika USIU.
Hiyo ni ghetto move.
Achana na Mrussia.
Ama you-
Achana na Mrussia. Demi wote wa OF leo Mkenya kisema wacha nigawie hao mabudeng for free niende Bonny Blue. Watachukua, maboys watachukua.
So we can't judge our women. We can't like be judgmental.
Kulikuwa na Msomali kwa hizo
make
video?
a choice.
Ulikuwa na Msomali kwa hiyo? Like kwa hizo video nimeona Msomali.
Mimi hata sijashughulika na
Mimi
hiyo.
nimeona
Sifuatilizia
tu-
sana.
nimeona 1-2 of them like I couldn't even deduce mambo ya tribe. My mouth was down on the floor the whole time.
His jaw was...
It's 2-3 words.
One thing the guy ama
I don't know
unahurumia madem.
English. I want you to come back with me. Shut down.
And wanakubali. Now
Shut down.
is there any nini
Hapana.
kuna forceful movement hapo?
Hakuna, mimi sijasema
No,
forceful.
so
I'm just
the
saying.
face
So also the dames wanafaa kukuwa blamed because hata hao wamejiachilia tufua. Unaenda tu aje tu hapo kimaembe.
Kifukusui.
Kifukusui. Wewe kwani tu wewe uko free tu kama Bukten.
Afadhali Bukiana na
Afadhali
protect mkono.
Bukten na protect mkono. Afadhali Bukten na protect. Wewe uko free tu kama Bukten. Niaje bana. Bukten na protect mkono bro.
Like kuna boys wangu nilikuwa leo job ananiambia manze it's so unfair that a Russian dude can throw 2-3 words
Exactly.
to them lakini uchalia kijaribu kukatia
But sasa-
madem.
Now imagine
Let me learn. Uchalia kijaribu kukatia madem anaulizwa
learning.
title deed, anaulizwa postmortem,
Valentina.
anaulizwa death notice.
Okay, watch out, let's be fair. So, au mademu wakiongeleshwa maybe wameambiwa vitu zingine. What you see in the video is
Ama wapati wado.
ama wameambiwa mi takupeleka Russia. Labda ni mademu wanateseka hapa kimaisha wakaambiwa cheki man, me I'll take you wherever. See me I'm going back. You'll go with me. How many promises have been made like that?
Lakini unakubali hiyo promise in a day.
In a day.
Na mimi mwenye na promise my whole family lineage wealth na kupatia title.
Alafu mimi nikikuongelesha kwa barabara.
Wewe tuko Kenya pamoja.
Sikiza,
Unanipatia nini
angalia
ingine?
moja. Exactly. You see that's what they've been doing. Mi sasa swali
Wala,
yangu.
hiyo reason
Mimi-
ndio hawana
hiyo
ndoa.
reason ndio hawana
Pita
ndoa.
na madem hivi
Sasa
sasa.
swali yangu ni moja. Imagine
Mapenzi
umekaa kwa
zinapewa.
nyumba, uko online, demu yako alikwambia leo ako job. Alafu unamuona kwa nyumba ya Mrashia. Kwanza alichukua mama mwingine kwa street na watoto.
Okay,
Akapeleka
another
watu hiyo
POV.
Akapeleka watu hiyo.
Another POV.
Akarudi
Another
na
POV.
mama.
Do you think men don't have types? Because who's ni one man? amedishi madem
Let me talk.
every kind.
I will answer on my behalf. I have a type.
It reinforces the fact that wanaume wengi ni ufagiwa chuma.
So men don't have types.
It reinforces the fact that a man can smash a woman without feelings and move on.
It reinforces.
Ladies-
So what direction is north? Mandera inafuata tu upepo. Useless.
Mimi I'm not supporting whatever you have said. Ramadhani iko karibu. Please.
Tupige
So,
toba.
what this reminds me of? Women, just be careful out there, man. That's Valentine's.
No, the guy is a Russian.
No,
Alikuwa
let me
anataka
cook.
mama.
Let me cook. You've already said what this men have said. Oh, no, they don't have types. So, baby girl, okay, Dani Atio, he likes them thick, he likes them. No. They like every type.
Me such an this is like an information. Now because Laughing LabCoat pia ni public health education platform, wacha niwapatie situation ya like umeenda umegongana na mtu bila CD. And you don't know what to do, you don't know where to start. Unataka kujua vile utaanza. Point number 1. If it was unprotected, enda kwa any healthcare facility. Tafute doc, mconsult, mwambie hivi na hii ndio imefanyika. Get a blood work done, ufanyiwe HIV test, ufanyiwe all other STI panels. If it was less than 72 hours, kuna kitu inaitwa post-exposure prophylaxis. These are like HIV medications, combinations of HIV medication. Yenye unapatiwa, and it prevents you from contracting the virus. So from the virus going into attacking your immune system, and from you having the virus. But 72-hour window. Then there's another thing called pre-exposure prophylaxis, PrEP.
Ukitaka tu kulimana tu kavukavu
Ukitaka kulima, but hizi zote ziko na criteria. Si ati uende tu kwa nini alafu unasema I want PrEP. Hizi ziko na criteria. Na criteria ni gani? Utaelezewa na doki wako. Hizo ndio vitu ningependa kuambia watu wenye na watch. How do you go about once you may have unprotected sex? How do you protect yourself after that?
Practice celibacy pia.
Makofi.
Wanaume stop being greedy. Practice semen retention. In this men's conference, my message to you.
Mi hata sijui venye
Wacha
nimejipata kwa hii
kunyongana
men's
hizi
conference, but
Over and out.
waitaka kutoka mahali kama leo.
Mimi nimetoka.
Ladies, be careful out there. Na mkiamua ku have unprotected sex, do what you have to do.
Daktari amemwambia
Avoid Russians.
And wachane na wazungu kindly. Stay
Stay
with the
strong.
African men and stay safe.
Stay strong.